Hey guys, welcome or welcome back. My name is JC. If you haven't seen my face before, today's video is my 2024 reset. Now this to me is more than just a new year refresh sort of video because I was away from my home for a month, and so I'm also craving, just getting back into a routine. I need to unpack, I need to just establish myself again while being home, and then also kind of having that end of the year, beginning of the year refresh. So in this video, we're going to go over my 2024 plans for my channel. I'm going to discuss more in depth on my book buying ban. I'll give you a glimpse into my January reading journal spread that I did. I gave a video on me setting up my 2024 reading journal, but I didn't do the actual January monthly spread, so I'll show you guys that as well. The last couple weeks of December, I spent some time to set up my Notion. So I haven't used Notion as a main source of organization and planning before, but I really wanted to set myself up to utilize it this year, so I'll give you a glimpse into what I've done with it so far. Of course, we'll set some goals as well. I'm not going to be as extravagant with it, I feel like, as I've been in the past, but there are definitely goals I have for this year, and I'll share more on that. And then lastly, we're getting back in a routine, like the normal kind of stuff that you would do. Like I need to go grocery shopping. I have to unpack my suitcases, do laundry, clean, just things like that. That's all going to be in this as well. So let's get started. Thank you to Pair Eyewear for sponsoring today's video. What a monumental moment for this channel, but also I have seen Pair Eyewear all over BookTube, and I've been dying to learn what the hype is about, and let me tell you, I get it. I love that I only need one pair of base frames, and then I can have all these different top frames that just snap on, snap off, and it gives a whole new look. But the best part is I don't need to keep track of a million pairs of glasses. These all just fit in my little glasses case, which is just so neat to me. And they just came out with this new Love book collection that these 3 frames are from, and I'm like, this is the cutest thing I've ever seen. I could have gotten them all. The fact that I could just do this from the comfort of my home, I could sit on my couch, go onto their website, virtually try some things on, and not have to be so stressed by going into a store, having to deal with social anxiety, feeling the stress that I just put on myself by being on someone else's time, and they just want to help. But now I'm stressed that they're there. I'm picking a pair of glasses that I don't really like, and it just isn't enjoyable. So the fact that I can just do this all online, see what I like at my own pace, it's magical. It helps us anxious girlies out so much. So I have a small prescription in my glasses, but I love that glasses are becoming trendy to just wear to protect our eyes. We need that blue light filter. We're on our screens all the time, and I just love that people are caring more about protecting their eyes. They just make this whole process easier. They alleviate the stress of this. They make it affordable. They allow you to customize it as you want, and more importantly, you don't have to keep track of 200 pairs of glasses. You can just have one. And then you can have 10 top frames. I also love learning about what missions companies are a part of in order to better the world. And so Pair Eyewear is actually a partner with Eye Alliance, which is an organization that helps bring vision to children in developing countries. So essentially any new customer that buys a base frame, a portion of those proceeds goes to that organization and in turn that mission. And I just love that. It's the small things that companies don't have to do, but Pair Eyewear is doing that. You can click the link down in the description box for 15% off your first pair. Thank you so much again to Pair Eyewear for sponsoring this video. Let's get back to my 2024 reset. First up, I want to talk about my plans for my channel in 2024. I think it was around last September that I first introduced the idea of posting twice a week. I was like, I kind of want to challenge myself. I want to push myself. I don't know if I can maintain this. I have a full-time job, but let's just see how it goes. And I did it. And I am so proud of myself for that. Something about me though, I'm very competitive with myself. I definitely grew out of being competitive with other people, like whether or not I'm playing a sporting activity with someone or a board game with someone now. Like I don't not want to win, but it doesn't bother me if I don't. And I feel like definitely growing up, I was competitive in all parts of my life. I feel like athletes often are, but I really just focus on having fun with other people now. But still a con of my competitiveness is the goals I set for myself. I will definitely stretch myself thin when I'm trying to attain these goals or maintain goals, whatever it is. So heading into 2024, I want to post once a week guaranteed, and then you're gonna get bonus videos throughout the month. I think the main video that I'll be doing is the weekly reading vlogs, and then I'm gonna be, filming either specific reading vlogs for one book, my read and watch series, or, various reading challenges that are out there. You'll get those bonus videos you know, at random weeks. So that's my plan for now. I really like the idea of enjoying reading and not pushing myself to read books and forcing myself to read in certain situations just to post twice a week. When I do have a full-time job, it is hard to find all that time to read and create those quality videos that I want to post. So that's kind of where I'm at. That's what I want my channel to be in 2024. I was posting a video Mondays or Tuesdays, depending on what it was, and then another video on Friday. So I don't know which day is best to be posting moving forward. So I think I'll post a poll on my community tab and let you guys vote there, and I'll just throw out a few days and you guys can let me know. The last thing I wanted to sit down and talk about before we head into the rest of the video is my book buying ban for 2024. That's right, guys, this is not just a book buying ban for January, like proud of myself. No, this is a plan I have for the entire year, and I'm very excited about it. I feel like if I make this into some sort of game, because my competitive nature, like I'm gonna want to succeed at it and achieve this, and I feel like I've made this plan attainable for myself. I love shopping, I love spending money, and so I think also entering into the book world for the last just couple years, there's so many books out there that I want to read. I'm getting recommendations so much that it is hard to just not want to go and buy the book. So we have a plan heading into 2024. If you guys watch my channel for the last couple months, or even if you scroll back on it now, I have hauled so many books recently, like it's insane. My physical TBR is off the charts, which at the time of filming this, I have yet to put it into that Notion template, but by the end of this video, we will see that. We will see the numbers and we will be scared, honestly, and a little bit embarrassed. But for this year, it's really good. I have so many books already that are hyped up books, you know, just popular books that everyone loves, new releases. So I'm set. Realistically, your girl is set, but I also know myself. If I limited myself from buying, you know, whatever book I wanted in 2023 to buying 0 books in 2024, I would probably fail at that within the first 3 months and then just be like, well, you know, I already failed, so who cares? And then I'm buying whatever book for the rest of the year. So I don't want to do that. I want to set myself up for success. So this is my book buying ban plan for 2024. I want to be prioritizing my physical TBR. I think that is very common for people, you know, like we always should do that, and I agree. Like even if you want to buy whatever book you want to buy, like there should be some plan of utilizing the books that you already own. So that's a huge part of it. Prioritize my physical TBR. I want to be utilizing my library again. I feel like towards the end of the year, I was traveling so much, so it was really hard to check out books and not know if I'd be able to read it. I didn't want to take those books away from people that, you know, would want to read it if I was like, checking this out, but I don't even know if I'm going to be able to read it or not. So I just want to get back into the habit of going to my library. Also, the library has new releases. Like sometimes they take a while to get from the actual release date, but nonetheless, they do have them. So I want to, you know, utilize that throughout the year. And then lastly, the money side of this. So I have a big girl job, a big girl salary, and what I want to do is spend none of my salary money on books. So I want to only be using gift cards I get. I want to be, you know, just putting my top, you know, 5 books that I really want to buy for, you know, my birthday wish list, Christmas wish list, you know, whatever other holidays people give gifts. I have no idea. And then I have different like rewards I get. Like, so my Capital One credit card, I get, you know, rewards from that. That's something that I could use towards books. And the last thing would be, I do have a little bit, guys. I've just started on the YouTube monetization stuff, but I do get some money from YouTube, and I think that is something that I could potentially use as well. I'm a little iffy on that one because I think I'd like to put that money set aside for another goal that I have for 2024, so we'll see on that one. But it's just generally income that I get, or gift cards or whatever, just nothing from my paycheck. And I think that alone will help me because it will make me have to budget which books that I really want to buy, and that's the biggest fee, right? Because when you have so many books that you want and you just think that you have all this money, which we all know that we don't, but like we kind of trick ourselves into thinking we do, like we'll just go and buy. But I already have a gift card that I was like, girl, you could have, you know, went to the bookstore and bought something before you left to come back here, because I was at a bookstore with my friend. But then like there wasn't a book that I was really wanting there, like any of the books that that bookstore had. I was like, okay, none of these are like really big books that I want. So don't just buy a book to buy a book because you have a gift card that you can use. Like, save it, wait for these new releases to come out, wait until, you know, your best friend recommends a book that you're dying to read, utilize it then. So I think it's just going to help me overall, and that's a way for me to still purchase a few books throughout the year, but not completely, you know, shut myself off. Because I think if I told myself, like I said, if I went from, you know, purchasing whatever book to purchasing 0, I'd probably fail. So this is a 5-minute clip, and I just feel like that was a very long way of explaining it, but I feel like that's also a type of book buying ban that many of us could use this year. So hopefully that makes sense, first of all, and maybe you guys got some inspiration as well, because I know y'all's physical TBR is also insane, okay? I'm filming this clip on January 3rd, but let's head back a couple days to when JC just arrived back home and needs to get her life together. You guys remember that time that I was like, okay, this is the last thing I wanted to sit down and talk about before we get into everything else? That was cute. I forgot to mention one thing when I was talking about my plans for my channel in 2024, and that is Patreon. For those that don't know what Patreon is, it is essentially this platform that creators can use, and you can create, you know, several tiers, one tier, and it allows people to kind of subscribe to that monthly, and you get additional content from that creator, and it is solely based on the creator on what they want that to be. So I've pledged to a Patreon. I do it every month, and what I like about the one I'm pledged to is she has different tiers. That's like $2, $5, maybe $10, maybe there's another $8 one in there. I can't remember if there's 3 or 4 tiers, but I like it because even the $2 one, you get access to multiple things where it's like, you know, you get to see the posts that creator's making, and you can comment and kind of have that back and forth with them. You can message them privately if you want. You get access to like a Discord if they have that. And then as you increase in tiers, you get more. So maybe it's like they do reading sprints that you can be a part of. They post an additional video maybe monthly. There's book clubs, things like that. And I love that part of it. I love that sense of community with it. And I love just like, if you really love a creator, like you want to support them, and this is just a creator that's like, oh, I love her content, like I hope that, you know, like she's able to do this for as long as she wants to do this. And then there's an additional part of like, oh, it's cool to be a part of like her community and being a part of, you know, her book club and just seeing the stuff that she shares. And it's not something that I am always actively involved in, like on the book club side of it. Like I'm not always reading the book each month type of thing, but it's like I'm just involved and I like that. So I want to look more into Patreon, and I don't know if I mentioned this because I've tried to film this clip a couple times and I'm just blinking, but I did post some polls on my Instagram story a while back, and then I also posted one poll on my YouTube community tab. I'm trying to just gauge what people like about it, what, you know, they would want most from it, and if you would take the time to go vote on the poll that is still up on my community tab, or comment on it if you want to DM me what kind of you like about Patreon or your thoughts on it, I would also welcome that. But it does allow me to kind of gauge what people would like, and then in turn what people would like if I created a Patreon. This isn't something that I want to do early into 2024, but I think that it's something I would like to do by the end of 2024. I think it would be really fun. And I think this is a part of me rolling back, posting to just once a week. I could then ultimately have additional content for people that, you know, are part of a Patreon or something. And so I'm just thinking about that and seeing like what thresholds I would have as a creator with a full-time job that isn't this. So I'm thinking on it, but I just want to throw it out there and definitely welcome any feedback or thoughts, opinions, all of that. Okay, now we can jump into the rest of my 2024 reset. I desperately need groceries. Guys, look at this. It's so bad. Here's what we're working with. Yeah, so let's go get some groceries. It feels so good to be back in the sunshine and like blue skies. Like I'm feeling happy. I'm feeling so happy.
Won't stop for traffic lights. And I really wanna know if I'll ever
just got back. I am so thirsty. All I had that was cold was orange juice, so we love that. I had my Brita sitting out here on the counter, unfilled, wasting time. So I just filled it up with water, and now it's in the fridge, and it'll cool. So I want to go over the groceries I got. I feel like it's very common to have a year like start, and everyone's like, I want to eat healthy, I want to take care of myself. I think for me overall, I do eat healthy most of the time, like just naturally as a person. Like I care to eat healthier food, you know, I kind of like it more. I just pay attention to what I'm eating. But I definitely go in waves where it's like I'm not eating 3 meals a day. They're definitely not well balanced in any way, shape, or form in regards to like nutrition, like protein and things. Like I just don't always prioritize that. And I think being away for a month, like I just come back and like I always want, anytime I'm on travel, like I come back and I just want a routine. So definitely caring about that. I did kind of make more of an effort with my grocery haul this time around, and like, you know, what I'm spending, caring, like actually paying attention to it, because like, you know, budgeting and things. So let's get into what I got. Oh, also, okay. I feel like a lot of this stuff is kind of things that maybe I would have to get weekly, but I know some of the stuff is like, girl, you had an empty fridge. Like, you needed more than normal. So I had to get new creamer for my coffee. I got a, what is this? Oh, I mean, it's milk, obviously. Oh, it's a half gallon. Okay. A half gallon of milk. I got some bagels. Bagels and cream cheese is such a staple breakfast item, and I had it when I was out at my mom's for December, and I was like, wait, why is this so good? I need to remember to, like, just bagels and cream cheese. Like, I have, you know, bagel sandwiches and stuff in the past, or, like, toasted bagels with a honey pecan spread, cream cheese spread, but, like, just bagel plain cream cheese, oh my gosh. Cereal. And Lucky Charms, because I'm an adult child. I got 3 cans of SpaghettiOs with meatballs. These are the things that, like, I do not want to be my main go-to, like they had been leading up to me leaving for December. But I want to have this stuff in my pantry, so it's like I don't choose to not eat because I don't have other things I want. I got 3 of these because they were on sale, so that helped. There's my receipt. I'll keep that. Then I was going to get stuff to make some cheesy black bean enchiladas. It's a HelloFresh recipe that I love. And I made it like once from HelloFresh, but I've probably made it like 20 times since then, just because I had like the recipe card, and like then you can just go get the ingredients yourself. But they didn't have some of the stuff I was wanting, so I ended up getting stuff to make what I call like Chipotle bowls at home. So I got these 2 small steaks. So it's the Good and Gather brand, because I was at Target. But these are perfect because, one, that's under $9 for both. And, like, this is the size I want. If I'm having, like, a rice bowl, these sizes are perfect for the actual protein size because, like, I'm going to get full. I'm going to get full. Oh, there's the cream cheese for the bagels. I got cilantro for those bowls. I got a lime for that bowl. Oh, same with sour cream. Like, I mean, I got it for that, but it's like I'll use it with other things. I got some blueberries because I have yogurt still in my fridge that's good from when before I left. And I was like, oh, I love putting like blueberries or berries in general, like strawberries too, like in yogurt, and then like the granola on top. I got 2 things of their like salad kit bowl things because they were also on sale. And I do like them, but I was like, oh, thinking about money, these are on sale. You should have that for this week. I got a thing of just steam fresh corn. I suck at vegetables sometimes. Just like just adding that into my diet or whatever. So these are easy, and I'm like, girl, just start getting stuff like that. Got some green bell peppers for those bowls as well. These are on sale. I wonder how much I saved. They were only like $3 as is, but I feel like they were actually like 90% off because it was like a Christmas candy, and I was like, yes, please. These were 2 for $6 on sale. I love these watermelon drinks. They are so, so good. Then I went ahead and also got the Bolthouse Farms Green Goodness. I love this thing. I picked up some mozzarella, thinking of those Chipotle bowls, tortillas, because I have the chicken tenders and then like buffalo sauce and ranch already. So it's like the buffalo ranch chicken wraps. Buffalo chicken wraps. Oh my god. I was like, why am I struggling? An extra bag. Oh, I did get, so like sometimes I'll make rice, like I say from scratch, like over the stove and stuff, but these are very, very clutch. So I just grabbed 2 of those for those bowls. I grabbed 4 bananas with no real intention other than just eat them plain, I guess, because I didn't get the type of cereal, and I still need a freaking blender. Okay, I need to prioritize that. And then eggs. I got eggs. I don't really eat them for breakfast anymore in the sense of like scrambled eggs or over easy eggs, unless I'm making a sandwich, but I didn't grab any bacon, so I'm not doing that. But when I hard-boiled them, and I had like half of them hard-boiled, like I was eating them like every morning. Like they were so good. So that's why I got some eggs in hopes of making some hard-boiled eggs today or tomorrow, whatever, but just using them that way. Okay, I'm gonna put this stuff away and then I'll, figure out things. I have a list of things I want to get done today, but this was a top one, and I think it's not even 11, or maybe it's just after 11, 11:07. So I feel pretty good because in general this morning, like, I feel very accomplished. I've been getting stuff done, but I think as far as this video goes and this clip for today, this is the first thing that you've seen. But okay, I'm gonna put this stuff up. I'll talk to you later. Okay, I sat on the couch for a little bit to rest, but now I'm ready to tackle my luggage. I need to unpack. It is just kind of messy already because I was diving into it last night trying to get stuff, this morning trying to get stuff. So I'm going to throw on some videos from my Watch Later playlist. I have 5 videos right now that are related to like a 2024 reset, so I figured as I'm filming this video, it'll be perfect to throw this in now and like watch them in the background, so I'm kind of just feeling good as I'm trying to reset for 2024 myself. I haven't showed you guys in this video yet because, well, it hasn't made sense, but I got the iconic Bookish blanket. My mom got it for me for Christmas. Oh, sorry, you got a little string. I fixed it. Okay. But she got me the blanket. Guys, when I opened it, I was so surprised. Like, I had it on a list, but, like, I just put a bunch of things on that list. Like, I didn't know what people would get. But she got me this blanket, and I've been obsessed with it since. So when I had to pack up 2 of the 3 suitcases to bring back with me, knowing I wasn't going to have one of the suitcases for a couple weeks, you bet your bottom dollar I made sure that this blanket was one of those things that I had ASAP. Literally slept with it last night. So I just want to show you guys before I continue unpacking, because obviously I had to make my bed first before I could do anything else. It actually only took me 35 minutes, and I say that because I started Olivia's 2024 reset video. It's like 35 minutes, and I just finished, and I just turned that off. So, my bed is made. There's no longer a ton of blankets and stuff on the love sack. I no longer have junk here, and then I have my nightstand that I'm editing, and I have nightstand stuff. So, yeah, it's already importing footage. I'm back. Day 1, I've filmed a video, and that footage is importing to my computer. And then obviously I have to have, like, my current read and my journal on my nightstand. But I feel good, like, just, like, looking out here, and, like, just seeing empty space and seeing the carpet. I feel good. Also, like, I just didn't really get to show you guys before I left, I'm pretty sure. So I feel like this is the first video that you can see my mirror I got. This is just where it's at for now. I mean, I'll probably move it around because I like it in the living room as well, but I just like it. It's big. It is big. Okay. I'm gonna rest because I am tired. I'm sorry that this is like really dark. I'd have to figure out what lighting makes the most sense and placement. Like probably on that wall would make more sense. I don't know. But I'm gonna rest because I am tired. Okay, it's been a couple hours for sure. I don't know the last time we talked, but I think I said I was gonna relax. Well, I ended up editing the haul video that went up, I believe, supposed to be before this one, if everything goes to plan. So, I just finished editing that. You can probably hear my computer huffing and puffing as it exports, but I realized I needed to bust out my new journal, like my actual just like journal, daily, you know, emotionary. And then it hit me that like I still needed to set up my January spreads for my reading journal, and I was like, oh my gosh. And so I wanted to do that for this video, so I wanted to at least intro that idea because I don't know if I want to sit here and do that right now, but I did like get out everything for it. There's like a bunch of stickers in there, and then like the journals are inside those boxes, and then you see like my work planner stuff and my other little notebooks. Your girl's got a notebook for everything, okay? One thing about me, I'm gonna have a notebook for everything. So I just wanted to throw that out there because I may do that right now. I don't know. I am finally able to like actually watch YouTube. What's kind of hard about editing like true sit-down videos, it's just like 100% talking. When I'm doing vlogs and stuff, sometimes I can prioritize doing like the B-roll side and I can watch videos in the background, but sometimes it's hard if I'm just editing video clips of me talking to have talking in the background. So I feel now I can actually watch some more YouTube, and I'm going to do that and maybe work on my reading journal. Okay, I'm trying to set you guys up. Oh, geez, crooked. The angles, it is what it is. So, this journal, you guys have seen this all year. I actually got it at the beginning of 2022, and I just put my thoughts on it. This was something I customized from Papier? You tell me. But I wanted a fresh journal for my thoughts for 2024, along with getting a new reading journal. So I wanted to close this one out, so I closed it out. I'm just kind of sad I still have pages left over. I really wanted to use it, but I journaled in this thing from 2022 to the end of this year, and it definitely, like, there's a lot in here. Your girls have a lot of thoughts, but I ended this with doing my end of the year reflection. So I just wrote down like my biggest wins from 2023, what challenged me this year, my favorite book and favorite movie, what surprised me about this year, some things I have for gratitude, and then I just put reflection thoughts, and that's where I wrote a lot of things, just like some big fun things, like not like big wins per se, but just like things that happened this year that I really loved, you know, what I really appreciated about this year, and just how ultimately I feel like I just really loved 2023. I did. There were so many good memories made, so many big just like changes in my life. I feel like I was really just making this like adult life for myself. Like I'm here. I feel like this is my first home that I've felt. Like I've lived in apartment complexes my entire life. My entire life is a really strong thing here. I'm 25, and just like since college and then up to this point, like I've lived in apartment complexes where I just feel like I lived in an apartment complex and it was good and I liked those apartments, but this like more townhouse feel makes me feel like I have this home, and that is such a rewarding feeling, and I just love that, and that's something I've craved, I think, in the last couple of years of just really wanting a home, and like I've really established that throughout this year in this place. And just getting a better hold on life and what I want and just having motivation for those things. And I just feel like 2023 JC walked so that 2024 JC could run. Like I am so excited for 2024. So I feel good about ending this journal and doing that reflection on 2023 because I just really needed that. Like, I know I wanted to, and I kind of forgot about it, like, thinking, like, that's something I could do today. So I feel good that I just sat here and I did that, and that is kind of what that was. Okay, I need to set you guys up again. I know, I get it. It's just the next clip for you guys, but it has been a little time for me. Not that much. I was so excited because, like, my video was done, and I was like, wow, that was kind of quicker than I anticipated. And then I realized it didn't export in 4K. So that's on me. It's re-exporting now. That's fine. I have other things that I can do. I had my video posted for a 2024 reading journal setup, and so I did show you guys like me setting up this for just like the overall year stuff. But I need to set up my reading journal for January. So I just wanted to show on this video what she looks like. Archer and Olive. I mean, it's also huge, right? It's huge. And I did that video and everything pre-filmed before I even left. So it's just been a minute. Oh, cool. What I didn't remember is if I already filled it out like with pencil for January. And I did. Go me. So I just need to like go in and use, oh, it's just 3 pages. Even better. I can do this. Okay. So I'm going to work on my January spread. January reading journal spread. But I wanted to also show you guys my journal that I'll be using for like my thoughts and opinions. So, also from Archer and Olive. Also a B5 massive journal, but this is what it looks like. And I just thought it was so precious. I just thought it was precious, and I thought this was the one I wanted. I honestly wanted to get a third one, so if you guys know, over the previous videos when I've done like more of the lifestyle content, I have 2 journals I used. One was like my thoughts that I showed you earlier, and then one was my goals and plans, and that's the one that I would like sometimes plan out videos and stuff in, and I just have a fun time doing that physically at times, but I am really trying to implement Notion into my life this year, so I'll show you guys that later, but I think maybe I won't end up getting that third one like I planned, and I'll just stick to using Notion and seeing how that goes, and if I end up needing another bullet journal type thing, then I can go and get one. Maybe not one that's like Archer and Olive, big one, like maybe I just get like a smaller one like I've had before, so okay. I don't know as if I want to do the January spread first or do like a 2024 like journal prompt thing. I don't know. I can't believe I didn't export that in 4K. I was like, wow, that like processed a lot quicker than I'm used to. Okay, I'm going to figure out my game plan, but I did want to show you guys them because I got them out of their boxes and now they're staying out of their boxes and they're so pretty. I love them both. Okay, I'm going to continue watching YouTube. I'll check in with you guys later. My bed is a total mess, but I have finished my January spread. I just think it's cute. It's quaint. I like it. So it's just this wintry spread with some scarves, and these are all like tabs that I like the colors that they fit, kind of these. So then I have a page tracker. I kind of want to be better up at this. We'll see how I do. And these will be my reads. And then I have my stats, a couple books on my TBR, and then these are books bought. Now, really this should be blank, but I guess I also want to include kind of just any books that I may receive, but I think moving forward, this box will not be here, and I'll either replace it with something else, or it'll just be like decor. I don't know. I say decor in a reading journal. Yeah, okay. But yeah, I don't know what I want to put here for future months, but book buying ban is in full effect. I feel good about setting that journal up for January, and then I don't know. I need to clean up my bed because this is actually going to give me some anxious feelings now that I'm done being creative in here. Okay, yeah, I'm going to clean my bedroom. Well, my bed. My bedroom is fine. But yeah, I'm going to pick this up, and then I don't know what, because it is like 4:15 and I am definitely tired. I never mentioned it in this video, but like I'm recovering from being sick, so like I sound worse than I feel at this point, but I definitely have a stuffy nose and you can hear it in my voice. Hi guys. I feel so much better. I got my Liquid IV in the mail today, and I haven't had Liquid IV in so long. It's so good. I drink so much more water because of it. So 2024, prioritizing Liquid IV, because prioritizing water is very hard for me, but when I have Liquid IV, it does make it easier. So I just wanted to go through my Notion with you guys right now. I am at a point where I feel like this is just what it's gonna be, and then I'll, add to it throughout the year when I think of things that need changed, and just like as I get used to the platform and what I'm using it for. So let's go through my Notion. Okay, we should be recording now. So this is my main home page. So this is just the first page that you see when I first go to Notion. I'm gonna comment down below the Instagram account that made this little icon. You guys saw it during Bookmas for the first time. She's so talented and this is so cute, and I was like, I want it to be something I can use year round. I didn't want it like just to be Christmas themed where after Bookmas it wouldn't be useful anymore. So you guys still see it in my intros now, but I just love that. She did so good. So this is just what it looks like. This quote makes me laugh. If you guys know Mamma Mia, I find that movie so funny, but also it's when Donna first sees all the three guys together, she's just like, what are you guys doing here? And one of them says that he's here on a spontaneous holiday, and that's just stuck with me. I think it's my caption for my main Instagram account. It makes me laugh every time. But then I just have a calendar and the time. And then I picked out some different, what are they called? Dedications in books that, you know, I liked. So that's what these two on the side are. Some little captions for each of those photos. And then, you know, cute little quote. Then I have some habits. So I should fill this out. I did do this and I did do this. So this is just something, I don't know if this is how I want to do it, but I kind of like the idea of a weekly one versus a monthly, and it's just kind of short and sweet. And I think for me, if I have an entire monthly one and like I am just bad for a few days, I feel like I would totally scrap it for the month. So I think for me, having this just be a weekly habit tracker, I feel like I can maintain this better. And if I have just one day off or something, like either way, I have a fresh week to start no matter what. That's where I'm at. I'm filming this on Thursday the 4th. So I have drank water today. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna drink some more. Then after that, I did just tag some of the pages if I wanted to click on them immediately, but you can see them on the left here. So I'm gonna go down to the bottom one because I'm gonna scrap this once I'm done with this video. But this is my 2023 reads. So this template I took from Just Allie, I believe is her, you know, like username on social media. So she is a booktuber and she has Instagram that she posts as like main book content. So she posted this template and then I took it and kind of adapted it, kind of what I would like. So at the time I put some fall reads that I liked. And then these are all collapsed, but the main bookshelf tag is you can add in the name. I never think of I never think of date started on a book, but I always mark when I finished it because of Goodreads. And then you can put ratings, the genre, the month, and like your status of it. And I'll show you guys a bit more of this on my 2024 one because I kind of added to it. But you can add one more property. You can add a cover. So that's where you can put the picture. And she did add where if you wanted to add more to this on, you know, reflecting on your reading or any thoughts. I don't usually use that, so I may remove those in the future. But I have this for every month. And then the rankings. So you could do it by the rating or the genre, month, you know, status, whatever, and reading queue. These are all finished. So you saw that I read 96 books in 2023. So that's just kind of an overview of what that looks like. I feel like the bookshelf is what I use most and what view I use most. So then hopping into the first page, which is the 2024 reads. This is what's looking like right now. I just kind of updated the banner with some fun pictures. I didn't update any of this because I don't know what I want this to be. I have no idea yet. So for my bookshelf, I can actually update this. So I finished this yesterday. The rating I'm giving 4, and then I'm adding these 0.75s, 0.25, 0.5 because that's something that I really wish I had in Goodreads and everywhere else, and I always rate them when I talk about them in books, like in my notes app and everything. I always add those. So I adjusted Allie's template and I'm adding that. This is a fantasy romance. This is the author, this is the cover, month, current read. It's now finished. I think that is it for that, and I can just click out of this and now it's good. So if I go to my reading queue, has finished. So I just set it up, adding 2 for each of the months, and then at the end, I'll probably update these pictures as well at some point. But I think this should still be, oh, okay, I removed it. So let's go back to 2023 real quick. I'm sorry, this is so scattered. But Allie did include this as well, where you can put top 5 books of the year. And like, I remember just adding these in. And so I need to add in, I mean, I'm deleting this. So I don't know why I'm doing this now. Leave here. That was my top book of 2023. Okay. And then 3 worst books. Authors I read for the first time and loved. I cannot believe I read like so many new authors this year, which I mean, I say that, but like I know it made sense because of my reading journey and how new I am to this. Books that made me cry, books that made me happy. And I didn't update this as I continued to read, but I did, I think, do this around August, September timeframe. Going to my physical TBR, this is one that we will need to be reverting to throughout the entire year. Oh my goodness. So I went ahead and I filled out all of them. So we have the name of the book, the author, I'm going to change that to title, the genre, the status, and then ultimately I can add more to this. So I have 107 books. You can kind of see the counter at the bottom. And I can load more if I want. So I added in all of these genres. And the way I did this was I made them, like, science fiction is the only one I'm, like, bothered by because I should just change it to science. But, like, I can't, it doesn't make sense to me. I can't do that. So, like, I separated out mystery and thriller, but oftentimes they go together. I separated, like, literary. So essentially the way I could do it was just like if it's a literary fiction book, I could put literary fiction and have it be separate because I don't want just an entire thing. Does that make sense? I feel like I'm not going to go to that anymore. That's just, I'm confusing myself and probably you guys. So I added in also holidays. So I don't know if you guys saw, I probably didn't go down, but it's like I added seasons and holidays. And so sometimes I found repeats of certain stuff like Christmas books. I was like, I think I'm going to want to be able to separate that out. So these colors don't really mean anything. I just typed it in and Notion picked the colors on these. I didn't really think too much on it. That's where we're at with this. And so this is just one log. I just wanted a single log that I could then keep. Oh, I can now put finished. Yay! That I can keep track of how I read throughout the year. So these aren't going to include any of like Kindle reads that I have because I'm also currently reading Evergreen and that is a ebook only. So I'm not including that because I'm trying to work through like, oh, my physical TBR, hence why it's called physical TBR, but just so you guys know. Okay, social media calendar. This is one that I hope to be using more and more and like just adapt it throughout the year because I definitely like having a calendar and I think in the past, I've used Canva to kind of create things, but it's very, like, 1D. Like, I edit that every time I have to do anything. So this, I get kind of more options. So this is kind of an overview. You guys see, I posted my Christmas book haul. My 23 books for 2023 goes out tomorrow. And then next week, I'm going to be posting the 2024 reset video, this video. And then I'll be filming a weekly vlog this week. So my first weekly reading vlog will hopefully go out next Tuesday. This is the tentative one. Like I don't know when I'll put this out. We'll see. But that's where I'm at right now. So then these are just like looking at the 1 month. Then I can go by status. And so I basically put different ideas that I have. And so that's status. So it's like if I've filmed certain ones, then I can put it here. All projects. Okay, this is where like I can put different ideas that I have and sometimes I threw in dates just to like play with it. I have no idea. Do not read too much into this, guys. I'm just like, these are videos, you know, like let me see what this looks like. So hence why they're only ideas. And so that's been published. This is scheduled to upload. And I'm currently filming this. So this is a way for me to kind of help track all the different videos. This would have been really helpful for Bookmas. This would have been so helpful for Bookmas when I was filming so many videos at one time. So that's why I'm very glad to have this heading into the new year. So any idea that I have, I put in here. I need to transfer, I feel like, a lot of different ideas because I have like some on my phone, some on my computer elsewhere. You guys have commented ones, whatever. So this is where that can go. These are just published? Oh, cool. I think it's just a way for me to feel good about myself. But this is the view I feel like I'll like a lot, just to kind of see it on a calendar form. Content planning. So I have an overview of ideas, so I can just, mark them if they're done. But sometimes there's certain video ideas like, oh, I really want that to go up in February. Or if I'm doing like a romance for a week read, like, that'd be really cute to do in February versus January, simply because of Valentine's Day happening in that month. So it's like I could structure my ideas to be like, oh, this would be really great if you filmed it this month versus, whatever month. So these are just like one-dimensional, this is a video idea. But then I have this planning in depth where, for example, my 23 books for 2023, I wrote out all the books that I would be talking about in that video. And then for the 5-star reads, I wanted to discuss those ones in the orders that I read them, in the order that I read them. So that's why I added the dates here. Yeah, so obviously there's a lot more on this one, but I don't know what that looks like, so I'm not going to expand it at the moment. My 2024 goals. This is very surface level. I feel like we all have like internal goals that we have for ourselves, but there's some things I just kind of wanted to track better. And so for me, I talked about this before, but I was starting to track my finances weekly, where it's like every Saturday or Sunday, like just once a weekend, I would sit down and like go through the money I spent that week. Where's my like bank accounts at, any credit card stuff, whatever. And I could then see it and I could check myself a little earlier. And then I would either just get caught up in other stuff and I wouldn't do it. And then it turned into like, oh, I'll do it every few weeks. I'll do it once a month. And so if I got into these bad spending habits, it was way harder to check myself because I just wasn't forcing myself to sit down and look at my money. So I definitely want to go back to checking that weekly. I think that'll help me a lot more just with my spending habits and just, I don't know, I kind of told myself, I feel like if you're in your 20s, it's a growing process. One, life is a growing process, but two, it's like I got out of college, I got my first, big girl job is what I call it, and like big girl salary. And so it was kind of fun just to have my own money and I could just spend it on whatever I wanted to, which, don't get me wrong, guys, like, it's not like I have a lot of money, but that's kind of the problem. It's like, I don't. And so it's like, you have to be wise with your decisions. So first couple of years, like, I kind of wasn't as motivated myself to kind of track stuff and really pay attention and budget better. But I feel like heading into this year, just maturing and caring and being more motivated to look at my money, not just spend money to spend money, things like that. So checking finances weekly is huge. The spending no money on books, we talked about my book buying ban. This is a lot of how I'm thinking about my paycheck money, like this idea of checking my finances. It's really checking my bank account, not like any gift cards I have. So that's why I just said spend no money on books. But you and I already know my book buying ban. I am obsessed with going to coffee shops. I think we know that. I think we're very self-aware on this channel about that. So I want to roll that back and budget myself. So $50 a month on cafes overall. And I want to be exploring more cafes overall. I go to the one that's closest to me because it's walking distance. And I mean, Starbucks is fine. Like, it's a comfort place for me just because, like, growing up, it was always like the closest place, so I always went there. But I definitely want to be branching that out, and I want to be able to go to coffee shops with friends and meet new people and things like that. And so that's why I just put $50 a month at cafes. I feel like that'll be good. And then groceries. This was an easy one for me to track, so I threw it on here. And I just want to pay attention to it more because something I didn't really pay attention to how much I was spending a month on groceries. And so I kind of just want to make a conscious effort in seeing how much I roughly spend in a month. And that broke it down to $75 a week is what my goal would be. So it doesn't mean like I'm capped at $75 a week. I'm kind of really capped at $300 a month. And I think for a single girly pop, like, I don't have a family to feed. So I think that's doable. And I can still eat well. So we'll see how this month goes, and we'll see if like this month, if I spent more on it, was it because it was my first time kind of getting back and I had to buy more than normal because I'm just, I was away for so long. But we'll see. That's kind of how that's going to go. So then I have this kind of mini tracker where I can track it weekly, and these first two will kind of just be like an X, like a checkbox in a way, where I can be like, yep, like you checked it every week, and like, yep, you didn't buy any books, proud of you. And then these will just kind of be a way, like I could put, you know, $5.95 or whatever, okay, 97 cents. I can be like $85, or oh my gosh, I can't even type 86. Like, I'm just, my fingers and my brain are not communicating. And that way I know, like, I can subtract $50 minus this, and then I know if I spent $15 this week, then I just kind of could see how much I have left for that month. So that's kind of the goal with that. That's how I'm going to be using this. I don't know if it'll make the most sense, but it's just a way for me. Okay, come work with me, guys. That's what makes the most sense, is what I was trying to say for me right now. So these are just a few of the goals that I have. I did not go overboard this year. Like, I do want to just take care of myself more. I do want to drink more water, but I'm not really tracking that the same way. You saw the habits weekly thing. But these are kind of, the 2024 goals are kind of my big picture. You're really having to take care of your money. What can we do about that? So these are really money focused 2024 goals. I have a task list. What is this for? Oh, hey, look at that. Okay, like, I am so, it is kind of funny how when I think about people that share stuff on the internet, you know, they're often scared to share anything on the internet when it comes to like their goals or money or anything, and I'm like, yeah, look at everything. So this isn't something I use for every single task I have, but it's something I kind of want to use more. So I have done, when I was planning my 23 books for 2023, planning my reset video, looking at my finances and figuring out what I can put into savings every single check that I have. So, and then you guys can see I want to get a puppy in 2024. Anyone that knows me knows that I love dogs, and I've wanted a dog probably for forever, and we all knew that I was going to get one. Like, as soon as I could, I was going to get one, but I am not impulsive on that at all. Like, I want to be completely set up and know that I'm secure in getting a dog. I'm not just going to get a dog to get a dog and like, well, I want one, so I'm going to get one. Like, that's a whole living being. Like, you can't just wing getting a dog and not think of the money and not think of all the things that you're going to have to buy when you first get a dog, all of that. So I've been honestly working on that for like a year, thinking about this stuff, like knowing like I couldn't get a dog until I get a car, and I can't like do all of this until really the car. But like, too, then I can't like have a dog if I don't have the stuff for a dog, and I got to look up, you know, pet insurance and all of these things. So I want to actually make a checklist of everything that I need to make sure that I've done before getting a dog. Not just like buy toys, but figuring out which pet insurance is best, what veterinary around here that is best for me, things like that. So that's what I'm going to be doing. But by the end of 2024, I hope to have a puppy, and I am so excited. Guys, I'm going to be the best dog mom ever, because you guys don't understand how much I love dogs. I feel like the people that like are close to me definitely like see it, because like, they see me around dogs, but I'm so excited. Okay. This is just a random notes page. I'm not going to click on it because I don't know what's on there right now, but like I was just typing random things that came to mind if I was talking with people, and it's just kind of a place for me to brain dump things. Okay, well, I feel like this is a 20-minute clip, and I could have just made this an entire video, but that is my Notion page, and so I absolutely love this. I feel like I can stop screen recording. I actually believe that the last thing that I wanted to talk about in my 2024 reset was my Notion page. I just checked on my planning in depth page. I was like, I just didn't know what I typed on there, so I was like, maybe you shouldn't just like open that up for the world to see. But this is the last thing. I just wanted to give you guys a tour of how I'm going to be using my Notion this year. This is obviously like me just doing this for fun. I really don't know what I'm doing on it, but I've just seen other people use it and utilize it, and I think with academics or like a YouTube like content creation kind of world, this could be very useful to people, but I could see how it wouldn't be that useful in someone's day-to-day, like they just have a work life, like they have a 9-to-5 corporate job. I could see it not being as useful when there's things that their company makes them use, like Google Calendar or Outlook or whatever. So for me, this is a very fun creative project, and I love just getting like my creative juices flowing. Oh my, okay, I need more water. This sickness, like my nose is constantly stuffed and my throat is constantly dry and it just irks me. Okay. So this wraps up my 2024 reset video. I hope you guys got something out of this. I feel like this was not a typical reset video that like I've watched or even that I've done in the past. So hope this was fun for you guys. Thank you so much for watching and I will see you in my next one.